Picture this. Let's rewind the clock exactly 10 years. You walk into your local grocery store with a crisp $100 bill. You grab a shopping cart, and you start filling it up. A gallon of milk, a dozen eggs, a couple of good ribeye steaks, fresh produce, snacks for the kids, and maybe even a bottle of wine. You get to the checkout counter, hand over that $100 bill, and you walk out to your car with your hands completely full of heavy grocery bags. Now, fast forward to today. You take that exact same $100 bill, walk into that exact same store, and try to buy those exact same items. What happens? You don't even make it past the meat counter before you realize you're short. To buy that exact same cart today, you might need $130, maybe even $140. The food didn't change. The quality of the eggs didn't suddenly get 30% better. The only thing that changed was your money. Your $100 bill lost its power. That, my friends, is inflation. And it is the silent thief sitting in your wallet right now, quietly stealing your future. Welcome back to Grow with Tony. I am so glad you're here today, because we are tackling the single most important financial decision of your life, whether to save your money or invest it. And listen, if you stick with me until the end of this episode, I'm going to reveal the exact, dead simple strategy that everyday people use to turn less than $100,000 into over $1 million, without picking a single winning stock. You cannot afford to miss this math. Just a quick reminder before we dive in, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not official financial advice. All right, let's get into it. We live in a world where the cost of living is constantly creeping up. Every time you fill up your gas tank or buy a pair of shoes, you feel the squeeze. So, what are you supposed to do with your hard-earned cash? Do you put it in a savings account where it's safe? Or do you put it in the stock market where it can grow? It's a heavy choice. Turn on the news, and one financial guru is shouting about high interest rates while another is screaming about a stock market bubble. It's exhausting. So today, we're cutting through the noise. We're going to build your ultimate wealth playbook for 2026 and beyond. But before we talk about how to get wealthy, we need to talk about how you're currently getting robbed. Let's look the enemy right in the eye. Inflation. A lot of people think inflation is just prices going up, but it's actually the value of your dollar going down. It's like diluting a glass of lemonade with too much water. It loses its flavor. Historically, inflation sits around 3% a year in the US. 3%? Doesn't sound like much, right? But inflation compounds. If inflation stays at 3%, the cost of living doubles roughly every 24 years. Think about that. If it costs you $5,000 a month to live your current lifestyle today, in 24 years you will need $10,000 a month just to afford the exact same life. If you just stuff your cash under a mattress or leave it sitting dead in a checking account, you aren't playing it safe. You are locking in a guaranteed loss of purchasing power. So, what about saving? Let's talk about it, because I actually love saving. Saving feels like a warm blanket on a cold night. When you put $10,000 into a high-yield savings account today, and the bank promises you 4% interest, you know exactly what will happen. In 12 months, you'll have $10,400. There is no volatility. You log in, see the green numbers, and sleep like a baby. And right now, savings accounts look pretty attractive. But here is the brutal, honest catch that banks do not put on their billboards. You have to look at the real rate of return. Let's do some back-of-the-napkin math. Your bank pays you 4%. Great. But wait, you have to pay taxes on that interest. After Uncle Sam takes his cut, that 4% is really 3%. Now, subtract a 3% inflation rate. What are you actually making? Zero. You are making exactly 0% in real purchasing power. Go back to a year like 2022, when inflation spiked to 8 or 9%. Even the best savings accounts couldn't keep your head above water. Your account balance went up on the screen, but your ability to buy things in the real world went down rapidly. Saving your way to wealth is like trying to walk up a down escalator. You're putting in a lot of effort, but you're barely staying in place. Does this mean saving is bad? Absolutely not. Hear me loud and clear. Saving is the absolute foundation of your financial house. It is your shield. You need a savings account for one main reason: the emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down. Layoffs happen. Medical bills show up out of nowhere. If your transmission blows up tomorrow, you do not want to be forced to sell your investments to pay for it, especially if the market happens to be down. Every single adult needs 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account. Not invested. Just sitting there in cash. You also use savings for short-term goals. Buying a house in the next 2 years, paying for a wedding? That money belongs in savings. For short-term goals, cash is king because it gives you predictability. But here is the harsh truth. Predictability will never make you wealthy. If you want your money to actually grow, if you want a life where you do not have to trade your time for money forever, you must cross the bridge from saving into investing. Now I know what happens when I say investing. Your chest tightens up. You picture Wall Street guys screaming on trading floors. You picture gambling. You think it's a rigged casino where the billionaires win and the little guy always loses. Let's completely shatter that myth right now. When you invest in the stock market, you aren't buying lottery tickets. You are buying tiny pieces of real, living, breathing businesses that make products you use every single day. Think about your day today. You probably woke up and checked an Apple iPhone. You ordered a package on Amazon. You bought a cup of coffee using a Visa card. You searched for something on Google. These companies make billions of dollars in pure profit every single year. When you buy a stock, you're raising your hand and saying, "Hey, I want a cut of that." You are transitioning from being just a consumer who spends money to an owner who makes money. You literally have thousands of the smartest CEOs and millions of employees waking up every day, going to the office and working 40 hours a week to make you richer. It is the most powerful wealth-building system ever created. But I can hear the objection in your head right now. Tony, what if I pick the wrong company? What if I invest in the next blockbuster video and it goes to zero? That is a very valid fear. Picking individual stocks is incredibly difficult. Trying to find the one company that will be the next Amazon is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But here is the brilliant part. Are you ready for this? You don't have to look for the needle. You can just buy the whole haystack. This is where index funds come into play. This is the secret weapon of the everyday millionaire, an index fund. Specifically one that tracks the S&P 500, allows you to buy a tiny slice of the 500 largest, most profitable companies in America all at once, in a single click. When you buy an S&P 500 index fund, you instantly own a piece of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Johnson & Johnson, Walmart, and 494 other massive corporations. And the best part? It manages itself. The S&P 500 is just a list of the 500 biggest companies. If one of those companies starts doing poorly, their value drops, and they get kicked out of the club. Guess who replaces them? The next rising star taking over the world. You automatically drop the losers and buy the winners without lifting a single finger. Historically, the US stock market has returned an average of around 10% per year over the long haul. 10%. That crushes inflation and outpaces any savings account. But if you think that's powerful, wait until you hear about the fuel for this engine. It's called compound interest. Albert Einstein allegedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Let me give you that mathematical example I promised you at the beginning of the show. Prepare to have your mind blown. Let's say you are 25 years old. You decide to invest just $200 a month into an S&P 500 index fund. $200. That's less than $7 a day, the cost of a fancy latte and a pastry. If you do that every month, and the market gives you that historical 10% average return, by the time you are 65 years old, you will have invested a total of $96,000 out of your own pocket. But because your money was making money and those profits were making more profits, your account balance won't be $96,000. Your account balance will be over $1.2 million. Let me repeat that. You put in less than $100,000 out of pocket and you walk away with over $1 million. That is the magic of compounding. It is an army of dollar bills working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with no sick days. But I have to warn you, there is a catch. There is one absolute truth that separates the winners from the losers in the investing game. It is not about timing the market. It is about time in the market. If you invest your money for just 1 year, it's a coin toss. The market could be up 20% or down 20%. If you need that money next year, the stock market is the completely wrong place for it. But as you stretch your timeline out, the risk completely shifts. Historically, over any 20-year rolling period in the history of the modern stock market, investors who stayed the course have never lost money. Never. Through world wars, the Great Depression, the 2008 housing crash, and a global pandemic, through all that panic, the stock market ultimately recovered and hit new all-time highs. The great American wealth machine kept churning. The biggest risk in investing is not the stock market crashing. The biggest risk is you. The biggest risk is looking at your portfolio when the news is scary and the market is down 20%, feeling a knot in your stomach, panicking, and selling everything at the absolute bottom just to make the pain stop. To be a successful investor, you have to ride the roller coaster without jumping out of the seat while it's moving. You have to realize that when the stock market is down, stocks are just on sale. If your favorite shoes went on sale for 30% off, you wouldn't panic and sell the shoes you already own. You'd buy more. The best way to protect yourself from your own emotions is dollar cost averaging. It sounds complex, but it's incredibly simple. You invest a set amount of money on a set schedule, no matter what the market is doing. $500 on the first of every month. Period. Market is at an all-time high? You buy. Market is crashing? You buy. It takes the emotion completely out of the equation. So, before we wrap up today's incredibly important episode, let's solidify the playbook. Here is your quick summary. Number 1. Inflation is your biggest enemy. Leaving all your money in cash means you are quietly losing wealth every single day. Number 2. Saving and investing are teammates playing different positions. Use high-yield savings accounts for your emergency fund and for any money you absolutely need in the next 1 to 3 years. This is your sleep-at-night money. Number 3. For any money you won't need for 5, 10, or 20 years, you must invest it. Buying broad index funds like the S&P 500 is the simplest, most effective way to crush inflation and build lasting wealth. And number 4. Be incredibly patient. The stock market transfers money from the impatient to the patient. Set your investments on autopilot, turn off the financial news, and let time do the heavy lifting for you. If you are a great saver but you haven't started investing yet, I challenge you to take that first step today. Open a brokerage account, buy a fractional share of an S&P 500 index fund, and just get in the game. The version of you 10 or 20 years from now will look back at today and thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Grow with Tony today. I really hope this episode brought you immense value and clarity. If it did, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Also, jump down into the comments section right now and let me know, what financial topic do you want me to cover next? Are you struggling with debt? Want to know more about real estate? Drop your ideas below. I read every single one of them. Keep growing, keep building your wealth, stay patient, and I will see you in the next episode.